So hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and finally one of the most awaited Toyota crossovers is finally here. So this is the all new Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid. This one specifically is the base model, but first I would like to congratulate and thank everyone here at Toyota Motor Philippines. Today is the launching of the all new Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid crossover. So we have the GRS model, the V model, which is of course one of the most popular choices since it's the middle variant. But what caught my interest today is, sorry for the lighting, di pa kukuha ni Lord, joke. What caught my interest here in this event and with the specific Corolla Cross is this G base model, because this one too now is available in hybrid form. So yes, finally, because the previous generation or pre-facelift model was not available with such engine too. So pairing this now, well, it's the same throughout the lineup. This is a 1.8 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine. Remember, you have a hybrid system. You have a combined output now of 122 horsepower and 142 Newton meters of torque. So more or less the same like with the previous facelift or previous generation rather. What you get now with these newer models, you get a very nice look now here compared with the GRS, because the GRS looks much more or less the same like with the previous GRS. So I have a full test drive review of that. Check that out on my channel. But still, after this G model, I will still test drive the new GRS, and to check out my collaboration too with riding and tandem. So thank you Doc RM for the collaboration too. So I was just a passenger prince in that video. So back here with this Corolla Cross G now you can see the differences. Like with the V model too, there's a lot more changes here on the grill, so a lot more enclosures and pentagon patterns here. I think hexagonal 6 sides. So anyways, you have again the same amount of ground clearance like the ones before. You get false grills over here on either side. You get LED DRS, but I think these are still halogens for this base model. You only get 17-inch wheels here for this base model, but I would say it looks pretty decent still for what this is. And you get a lot more curves here and there than usual, but I really like the face of this. So I got to be honest, it looks much more or less like that of Lexus vehicles, I have to say. And here now at the rear of this all new Corolla Cross Hybrid, so you get still LED taillights here all around. So pretty plain looking here too, being the base model, but at least now you get HEV badges all around, which looks similar to like that of the Yaris Cross HEV. So you get more cladding here and there, and as well throughout the lineup you get a lot of cladding, but it's only different with the GRS model. And since this base model now is hybrid, you get blue badges all around here, and yet again the same Corolla Cross badges here on the tailgate. And this is the only one in the lineup so far that has a manual tailgate. And what I discovered too, I thought only the GRS and the V models get the front and rear dash gun, but surprisingly this G base model is equipped with it too. So open the boot up too. You get the same amount of boot space too throughout the lineup, even too with the seats down. But one eye-catching difference too, what I found out with the other models here displayed, so the V and the GRS get space saver donut type tires. However, for this base model too, since this has smaller wheels too and tires, you get a full-size spare wheel. Pretty interesting, right? So yeah, that's about it here with the exterior and the engine of this Corolla Cross G. Let's check out the interior. So this is the interior now of the all-new Toyota Corolla Cross G Hybrid. Okay, sounds, I think, a little bit better than before. This is the all-new base models. What's the first thing you guys think about base models? So do I. You get fabric stuff. Well, they are present here on the seats, but surprisingly on the sportier side of things. But having just being a passenger prince in the Corolla Cross GRS Hybrid, I would say the seats are still comfortable, whether in leather or fabric format. But surprisingly, throughout the interior of this G Hybrid, you still have pressed leather present throughout this vehicle, which I like. So especially here on the dashboard on the right side of the vehicle, which on the previous Corolla Cross G, this was all plastic. So check out my older Corolla Cross G review at the autofocus last year. I still enjoyed that, even though that wasn't a hybrid form. But very curious now how this will drive later on. Yes, there is a test drive available of this. This is what I will test drive only here at this event. So I will give further details once I do a walk around tour of the GRS Hybrid. So back here, a lot of squeegee material here in the door, leather even here for your elbows. That's amazing. For a base model, I'm gonna get sunburned here in the half. Anyway, so steering wheel looks much more or less the same like with the rest of the variants, but comparing only with the previous G, if not mistaken, this was all polyurethane. This one's leather, but more on the durable, still on the side of things, but still very nice to the touch. So you get to an analog instrument cluster with your power meter too. So if you go up in the higher variants like the V and the GRS, it's all completely digital. But what I like to throughout the Corolla Cross hybrid variants, you get a 10-inch infotainment system complete with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. But for this G and V models, you only get a reverse camera. Only the 360-degree around view monitor, as Toyota says, only available with the GRS model. But at least you still have a reverse camera. Climate control all chromed out, but still, thank goodness, they're all still physical touches. And new throughout to this Corolla Cross lineup, you have Toyota My Connect services. So that means you can access most of your stuff now in your smartphones, which is pretty good and a common trend nowadays with modern vehicles. So good to know to Toyota stepped in the game with that too. And for this base model too, sadly, this is not equipped with the Toyota Safety Sense features. But you all know me, I don't use cruise control whatsoever. Lane departure, I mean, I do sometimes, but for the rest, if you want those, it's available on the V and the GRS. At least if you want only. Along to with the car, I mean, if riding in tandem, yeah, this G seems really complete for me. So anyways, here in the center console, you get still a wireless charging pad, and then more buttons here for your drive modes, EV mode, electronic stability control. And one of my biggest nitpicks back then with the older models, you get a foot brake. But this time now, even for this base model, you get an electronic parking brake along to with an auto hold function. Thank goodness, that was a big upgrade. So having coming from the GRS to this G is not equipped with a panoramic moonroof whatsoever, but I don't mind it. Then you get lights here, LED lights too, right? And same too here for your sun visor with the vanity mirror. Don't extend, but at least right here you have a ticket clip holder at least. And yeah, glove box. Okay, pretty alright too. Back here in the center, you get two cup holders yet again. The center console box is also wrapped in fabric, but at least when you open it, it reveals a 12-volt socket and a USB-C port. So even this G is very well equipped already. So remember, it has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Even for this G, I'm so fanboying with this base model. You all know me, I'm a sucker for base models. But to be honest, this Corolla Cross Hybrid G feels like more of a middle trim now rather than a base model. So yeah, that's about here in front. Oh yeah, here's your front dash cam too. It was turning on and off too once I was getting in and out of the vehicle, so it just activates randomly for at the moment, but of course that will be on at all times while you're on the move. So yeah, that's about it here at the front. Let's check out the rear seats. So this is the rear of the Corolla Cross G. Even here at the rear door card, you get leather still on some parts, and at least you get cup holders on either side. Sadly, no cubby spaces, but still good all around. Even the space here is just as good as before. Feet room, knee room, and headroom. So remember, this G does not have the sunroof, so I have a lot more headroom than usual. But for this G model, you don't get any map pockets whatsoever, but at least here in the middle, it retains the two air conditioning vents. There's no USB ports below compared with the Corolla GRS, but the seats here overall is really good. I love all the fabric here, it's really soft. And then here, central armrest, two cup holders at least over here. And if I sit here in the middle, yeah, transmission tunnel is just a bit wide, but it's not that bad. You can just simply put your feet all the way up. It's alright. That's about it with this Corolla Cross Hybrid G van. Let's go for a drive. First drive impressions. So driving this all new Corolla Cross Hybrid, so going out here of the car park here in SM Ora, silencio. We're just running on EV mode. So even the steepest of ramps, like example going out of this parking lot, I noticed the engine will activate if it just needs help, like just going at the steepest of ramps. But there's some ramps here since we parked at, I think, basement 1 or 2. It went up through it just using EV mode. Pretty impressive already for this. And just simple driving around in the car park and just going out here since just a bit traffic, but we'll know later on in faster paces. Feels much more or less the same like with the previous facelift slash generation Corolla Cross. And yeah, I mean, it's a very good crossover overall. And finally you have the electronic parking brake and auto hold functions. No longer the one of my big nitpicks before, the foot brake here on the left side. So despite being in heavy traffic, majority of the time you'll be driving in EV mode. That's what's very good too with all of the Toyota Corolla Cross, even for this base model, even here, even this place, if you're using the engine or you're just running on EV mode, and a few more snippets here in the instrument cluster that you can see. There's a digital side on the right side, hence this base model is just an analog setup. But for me, that's a good thing. You all know me, I came from a very old car, an old Toyota too. And here, cornering, little bit of body roll, but I mean, it's alright. So I can tell immediately this has just a tad more body roll than the GRS. Remember, these are only running on 16-inch wheels rather than the 18s. So here, power mode, let's try. Oh, that's alright. Okay, it's just as good as I once remembered. And then here, from a standstill, the transition from auto hold once you're moving forward is pretty good too. And here, power mode. We can hear the electric motor whine too. Wow, the performance is, again, what they said, it's as good as I once remembered. It's pretty decent, I have to say. So just driving it here, I hope you can see it on camera, the ginormous traffic here around in SM Aura, that stop and go traffic too. I noticed the brakes just feel a bit weird. Maybe it's just because of the hybrid system, remember. So here, small tap on the brake, and then next tap, it's a full stop already. You can even feel the brakes activating. So yeah, that's a thing to take note for. So maybe this is just present only at slow speeds, but again, hopefully soon let's try a bit of higher speeds, maybe at the autofocus test drive festival. Once again, hopefully I'll do another video of that, maybe this time though with the GRS. However, why should you get this base model? So this one starts to at 1,498,000 pesos. So I understand why, including myself, everyone wants the base model, because you already get this. It's a hybrid vehicle already, and it's pretty fuel efficient. Again, this is not a fair comparison with the fuel economy. Excuse me. This is only doing 8.3 kilometers per liter in very heavy city traffic on a Friday rush hour. You're more. Oh, that's pretty alright. The handling of this. Brakes, pretty strong too. Body roll, not so much, but again, very very decent performer with this Corolla Cross hybrid. Oops. So yet again, the price, 1,498,000 pesos, is way cheaper than the GRS model. But I see still the appeal of the V middle trim variant, because yeah, it's got all the goodies if you don't want the GRS model. But for me, got to be honest, this base model is pretty much complete for me. Yes, you don't have cruise control stuff here, but you knowing me, I don't use cruise control. I never use cruise control ever in my life. But if you want the Toyota Safety Sense Suite, you can just go right ahead and buy the GRS model. Again, I keep saying it, it's so good Toyota decided to bring this Corolla Cross hybrid, this time with the base model with the hybrid. So yeah, it's already a complete crossover for me. So yeah, that concludes my very quick test drive review here of this Corolla Cross Hybrid G van. So again, I'd like to thank everyone here at Toyota Motor Philippines, here at the launch here at SMR, and to Sir right here on camera. So these are his contact details. So if you want to check out the all new Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid, go out and check out their dealership at Toyota BGC. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with the GRS review coming soon. Bye bye.